Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the Advancement Center and the world of magic and miracles, which every week gets bigger and bigger as more and more people are elevating into this much broader awareness of this beautiful life. It's an extraordinarily quiet day here today. I was just sitting here just before the broadcast or the camera went live. It's just really still. And that sense of stillness and peace is something that I absolutely love. It's one of the reasons I love to be out in nature. You get that similar sense where everything is calm. There can be things going on. There could be a babbling brook running by you. There can be birds, but there's just this sense of calm and peace underlying everything. And I've actually witnessed over the years, I remember it surprised me when I was young. There were times in my life where circumstances were extraordinarily, what's the word? They didn't happen often, maybe a handful of times where it was either felt life-threatening or something pretty extreme. And my automatic, it wasn't even a thought process, my automatic go-to place, I would just go into this intense field of awareness. Everything was lit, all my senses, all my awareness beyond the five senses were just lit up. But there was always this underlying feeling of calm, which, when you're young, you don't think about these things. But it was just enough where for a moment I might go, huh, probably after the fact when I maybe think about what had happened. And I would suddenly become aware of how calm I was through this situation that wasn't at all calming. So it's kind of nice. It's nice in the sense that after being on planet Earth for all these years, I just have that. It's like a foundation of this inner strength and peace and calm that no matter what's going on, and actually I get more ruffled, I think, by little things, those little annoyances that can show up in your life, like mosquitoes or people around you or that you work with or something like that. I get more riled up than if I'm in a situation that's actually really threatening. Funny, I don't know how I got on this subject other than the fact that there's a whole lot going on right now on planet Earth and everywhere. A lot of focus is on the planet at the moment, this country, and many others, actually, the whole world. And I'm keeping my antennae up to just bring in information, because having information has a similar effect. It gives me this sense of calm. So it's a really exciting time. It's a really, wow, what's going to happen next time? But the beauty of it all is that as we stay connected to ourselves, to our creator, to the outer reaches of the universe, to the world beyond all worlds, to the world of magic and miracles, you couldn't ask for anything more. You don't, in this place, when you're connected, you know you don't need anything, you don't lack anything. Everything that you need now and forever is always taken care of. If you ever doubt, just look at your own experience of life. How many times, maybe in a moment of doubt, it passes and you see, often after the fact, oh my God, that was magic. How did that happen? It's this beautiful feeling as we become more and more aware of all the beings that exist here with us in physical form on planet Earth, those invisible beings that exist here with us, and beings beyond this Earth plane that have always and will always continue to support us. And it was so great this past Saturday's random selections that we do every Saturday is always of one of our past broadcasts, whether it's Barbara or David or Adrian or myself, just randomly chosen from the last few years. And this particular one, he read the first chapter of Robert's book, The Magic of Life. And it was so brilliant to have it come back into my awareness because of everything in that book. Probably the most powerful thing that will always stay with me is the introduction of Simeon, and how to this woman at the beginning of this book is in dire circumstances for herself and her children. And next thing you know, there's this mist, and out of the mist, this being at first feels very ethereal, introducing himself to her as Simeon, but actually coming in for a moment and interacting with her in a physical way, shows up when she most needs it. The magic that happens is incredible. The magic that he produced feels much closer to me now than it did when I first read the book many years ago. As I'm beginning to connect with my own abilities, gifts that I'm not even completely aware of yet, other than these impulses that are coming into me pretty regularly now as I walk through this beautiful park near where I live. And it's usually just me and the birds and the bunnies, not a lot of people. But there's this connection that happens. I'll try to put it into words. It's this really powerful connection with nature for me that goes all over the planet. It starts where I am, in the case of being in this park, but there's this communication that's happening starting here there, but it often moves out all over. This beautiful communication with the trees, with the weather, with this really strong sense when I feel there's imbalance in the physical, in the case of this this park, and it gets really brown and the weather is just exceedingly hot and kind of unusually so for this time of year. My impulse is to change the balance and bring harmony back. But it's much bigger than that. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it right now. But if you have the opportunity or any interest in the book, The Magic of Life, there's actually 2 volumes. Highly recommend you try it. You can purchase it at one of our websites, youngsite.com. And what's in the pages of these books is absolutely real and presents the beauty of magic, the effortlessness of it, the simplicity of it as your world fills with magic. And we all have within us and without the capability to reconnect with this part of us that is absolutely exquisite. And as being a human here on planet Earth over many, many years has a lot of interesting aspects. That's a gentle way to say it. But what's happening is the challenges, the things that have been here for millennia that just were never meant to be here are all now finally coming to the surface. Wow, some big bird just flew by. Just saw a big shadow go overhead. In order for everything to just be wiped clean with this beautiful balance and harmony that's coming back to this planet and the universe and beyond. But this is where the focus is now, especially. And I'm just overjoyed and excited. And it's funny how the mind loves to come in and play its games. It's got its purpose for being. But I'm feeling it. But as I step back and trust everything and become more secure in the fact, and I don't have to do anything. I don't have to force anything to happen. I could just let everything flow. And I always go back to the metaphor of the river and just sitting back on your raft and relaxing, even though you may have no idea what's ahead. in the flow of life and the magic of life, everything is always looked after. You are always looked after. And just knowing that I can relax into that, I think that's one of the things that I loved about the peace and this quiet here today. It's so beautiful, and that's the place where I know we can all live. Even if there's excitement and celebration happening, there's still this beautiful underlying golden stream running through everything that just keeps a smile on your face, that glint of mischief in your eyes, and that just pure, unbridled excitement about what's coming next, because you know it's going to be amazing. And as we all love, as Robert says, there's always more. It's such a great feeling. So I don't have much more to bring today besides I just open my arms wide so that they just cover the entire planet. And the magic that will begin to appear, if it hasn't already begun, in your lives will absolutely amaze you in the immediate and future for always. So with that, I just want to say thank you for joining me here today. Have an absolutely beautiful week as I send each and every one of you the most perfect life with perfect health and a magic future that you can even imagine. Thank you. I am Genya.